My younger sister likes to make clothes, and I remember last Christmas she made a shirt for me, which was cool. Like, she made a shirt, it looked really, really nice, but then she was like, go ahead and try it on. And when I went to try the shirt on, it was really tight. Like, I put it on, I was breathing like I couldn't really breathe. It was really tight, and I was like, so where'd you get the measurements for this shirt? And then she said to me, you know, I looked at the pile of clothes in your room, and I pulled a shirt, and I used that to measure the new shirt. And I laughed because the pile that she pulled from was a pile of clothes that I was planning on donating because they had gotten too small for me. And the reason why, even though she made me a new shirt, the reason why it didn't fit was because she measured me with some old measurements. And what I want you to understand is that as long as you measure yourself with the wrong standard, use the wrong standard to measure you, you're always going to find yourself in a position where you feel out of place, uncomfortable, can't breathe, tight chest, because the standard that was used to measure you is inaccurate. You will always feel this way if you use the wrong standard to measure yourself. Your standard for academic success doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. The standard is not how somebody else performs. The standard is not what somebody else produces. The standard is, what is the expectation and how did I perform based on that expectation? If the expectation is that the assignment is done by Friday, but you complete it on Thursday, you can consider that a success. It doesn't matter if somebody else got it done early, completed it on Wednesday and turned it in. That's fine. That's on them. Congratulations. But what was the expectation? And make sure you hold yourself to the expectation. Similarly, if the expectation is that you write 3 pages for an assignment, but you wrote 2 and your friends only wrote 1, their poor performance does not excuse the fact that you were not successful based off of that expectation. The expectation was 3 pages. It doesn't matter if everybody else also falls short of the expectation. What was the expectation, and how does your performance compare to what that expectation is? That's why I love rubrics in school, because a rubric is going to tell you exactly what you need to do. The rubric is going to tell you what you need to do to get the desired score, and you just have to follow that rubric and make sure that you meet the expectation. What I would like for you to do is find the rubric in every situation. Every situation has its set of expectations, and you have to figure out what is required of me in this moment. How am I going to show up? What is the expectation for this specific situation? How's my performance going to compare to it? Always evaluate yourself by asking yourself the question, what was the expectation and how did I perform based on those expectations?